The Legacy Blueprint, empowering women to lead, transform and inspire generations. Thank you so much. Hello.
Okay, I'll stand here briefly, but I'm just going to move. I think I don't need a microphone to hear me clearly. I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the wonderful founder and CEO of Clevenard Media and his entire team for this gracious invitation to join me today, and to His Majesty, Her Majesty, all the dignitaries here. I just want to thank you for being present, and to all you incredible delegates. I am Dr. Sylvia Forchap-Likambi, the lead in Empowerment and Transformation Authority, and I am a medical professional. My background, I'm a hematologist, but when I had a calling from God, I was working in the Royal Hospital in Liverpool, and I had a calling from God in the most difficult and challenging moments in my life, where I was going through some trials in my marriage. I'm married with 3 incredible children, who are some of the youngest authors in the world. But my marriage stood the test of time. I went to church once, I'm a Christian, I was praying, and the Lord told me, through a minister that I've never seen, you are called to be a leader of women. And I was smiling. Here am I going through my own challenges and battles, and you're calling me to lead others. But I knew one thing for sure. As a child, I'd always been super confident. As a child, I'd always been hopeful. I had a great vision for my life. Even though I was going through challenges at that moment, I was super confident. I knew who I was. I knew my identity in Christ Jesus above all, and above all also what I'm called to do on this planet. And today I'm going to share with you 7 key strategies or blueprints to leave a lasting legacy, which I've applied again and again in my life, in my family. Like I said, with my children, they're the youngest author in the world. My daughter is 2021, she published her first book at the age of 5. By age, she's got 9 books. My children as well, they go about in schools, inspiring and empowering others. But we all can do this. It's not like there's anything special or unique. We are all special and truly unique. And my key blueprint, the first one, for us to truly leave a lasting legacy, to impact our world, that long after we are gone, our impact continues to live after us. We've got to have the power of identity. I'm an author of 9 books. This is one of my books, Success Blueprints, Unlock the Transformational Power of Your Life to live a successful and fulfilling life. Identity, what are you? We live in a world today who get this so mixed up. What's your vision? Your identity defines who you are. Identity is the purpose. Your purpose is leads to the intent, original intent for creation. Who are you? I'm not just some physical person. I'm not just a black or a woman. At that time of birth, even when you were conceived, your identity was already developed. It's not a physical thing. We get this so mixed up. Because the truth is, when we know who we are, what you are called to do, your purpose on this planet, then honestly, you work unshakably. You work so confidently. It doesn't matter your skin color. It doesn't matter titles. I'm a doctor, obviously. I always tell people, call me Sylvia. Jesus has no title. Because the truth is, my identity is not linked to my title or qualifications. I existed before I got a doctorate degree. So what you create cannot be used to define you. The creator precedes the creation. So let's not take everything, chorus and all that. And this law states that when you don't know who you are in life, and that's your identity, or your purpose for existence, there is a fact. You settle for a mediocre life. You live an average life because you live below your full potential. If I don't know my potential, I don't know why I was born and placed on this earth. Obviously, I'm not myself. I would think others are doing me a favor when they are utilizing my gifts and my strengths. They are exploiting me. But when I know who I am, I understand I'm valuable, I'm worthy, and wherever I go, I serve and outward. You go and you get a job. You're not looking as if they are doing you a favor. You understand you're adding value based on who you are. So I want to inspire and encourage you all. Before we leave here, I'm sure I'm talking to incredible leaders, but unfortunately, often, especially women, who've taken on roles, titles to become an identity. Strip those things out. Below your titles, below your qualifications, who are you? What's your purpose? What's your greatest strength? Purpose is the original intent for creation. Everything was created with a purpose in mind. Without purpose, you cannot understand where you are, why you are created. Then you abide or you conform to society. You become what society gives you. Well, when you know your purpose. Let's not go far. Let's look at the body parts. Each part is so unique and distinct for a definite purpose. The eyes, they bring sight to the body. The eyes can never be the nose. So it's paramount that you understand your purpose. Identity blends purpose. So you become unshakable. You don't want to belong. If you're the eyes of this body, you meet 10,000 nurses. I don't do breathing. My purpose is to see. And you do so comfortably and unshakably, with such an unshakable confidence. You don't want to copy or belong, like I said. You don't try to be like others, and there is no competitor. Because you are so unique. The eyes cannot compete with the nose or the mouth. What has that got to do? What has sight got to do with hearing? When you understand that you are divinely created for a unique purpose, you become unshakable, and you step in, you transform lives, and you inspire your children to do the same. That's why my children are transformed, because they saw the light, and they walk in the light that I bring in my home. Action, she said before, Light's opinions are cheap. When the light steps into this room, the light doesn't want to stop fighting the darkness or mashing. I simply step in, and there's no darkness in my presence. I transform darkness. I bring light where there is darkness. That's the transformation of leaders. As women, we are called to become. We are great leaders. We are builders of nations, really. That when we don't know who we are, we want to settle. We want to settle for less. We live an average life. And then after that, once you identify your vision, vision is an internal mental image of your life purpose. The Lord placed that vision, that image within you, so you can keep seeing that, and it keeps you grounded and disciplined. Visions go beyond the physical barriers of the eyes. Helen Keller, one of the greatest leaders of our time, she was at once. She was blind, deaf, and mute. What's the greatest tragedy that could ever happen to anyone than being born blind? She smiled and said to the interviewer, of course, my writing, the greatest tragedy is not being born blind. And I come to tell you today, the greatest tragedy is not on the side. Eyes, they have no vision. My people perish for lack of vision, not for lack of sight. When we see, we know these physical barriers of our sight. And once you find that vision, there is an ignition, there is a motivation, a drive, which is the purpose for which you do anything and everything. Why are you doing what you are doing? Why are you leading in the area where you are leading? The law of motivation. For everything you do in life, there's an intrinsic motivation. The earlier you find out, the better. If you don't know why you're acting, then unfortunately you're doing it for society. I'm not talking of extrinsic, which comes from the external. I'm talking from the intrinsic. It is driven by your purpose. It's like when you're thirsty, you go drink water, you don't go eat food. It's the drive that guides you to become who you are created to become. And then you want to go out there and be so ambitious. The law of ambition. You must be so thirsty. You will do everything and anything to achieve success at all costs. You're not going to make excuses, because that's the only reason you live. The eyes live on this body to see. When they get bad, we go to the optician. We get lenses to improve them. There is no quitting until you fulfill your life purpose. And then normally, realization. Then no one ever tell you your goal or your vision is not realistic. There is no unrealistic goal. Only unrealistic timing. It took me how many years to get my PhD? It didn't happen overnight. Even a child from a home where no one has ever been to school can become a doctor. Dream it, write it down. The law of realization says that any goal, vision conceived in the human mind, written down, can be achieved. The only difference is the time from the now to that goal that you want to achieve. And that time will be determined by the actions you take. The more actions you take, the sooner that vision will become a reality. Put a time bound. Time is definitive. We don't have this day after today. 1 second is gone, it's gone. Time will let you go by. If you're not an agent of change, you become a victim of change by complaining. Time will happen, time will pass anyway, anyhow. Take action today, now, not tomorrow. And then once you put that time, there is something that the mind also does. It ignites us. Have you ever been stressed when you have an exam? Your pupils dilate, your heart beats faster. The natural laws of motivation help you to take action. So when you put time, I'm achieving this in 3 years, 2028. Don't just say tomorrow. Something is ignited within you. And now, you want to take action. I'm a believer of optimism. I'm the most optimistic person you ever see on the planet. Speaking, optimism, the power of affirmation. But all of this, the action, is no use. It's dead. Even faith, I'm a woman of faith. But faith without works is dead. What actions are you taking today now? You must take action. God has created in such a way that the law of physics in nature states that when any goal, when you start the journey, you keep going and you are driving towards that destination until something causes you to stop. Action ignites the law of inertia, which keeps you going on the same direction of your vision, of your goal, to impact and transform the world, like we heard from the wonderful doctor, impacting other children there who are actually less privileged than she is or are going through abusive relationships. So you must take action. Don't focus. Women too often, we want to have it all right before we take action. Ask you, what have you got in your hands? Like God asked Moses, if I want to become a staff, you'll become a staff. Just go and serve in the area that I've called you. Start today. Don't make excuses. As you take actions daily, if you want to stop only to rest. And finally, the goal of rest. Our wonderful counselor said it so well there. Your body is the only vehicle you've got to serve on this planet. If I'm dead tomorrow, I cannot do anything. Everything I've done becomes the legacy. I can no longer do anything if I'm not physically present. We must rest. Even God, who will do anything, He trained us and gave us a blueprint. He rested after creation. Rest leads to restoration, revival, renewal, and rebirth. When you've done all of this, rest is not for the lazy. You must rest and care for this body, which is the vehicle that you need to impact and transform the world. That when you're not yet there, your legacy continues to live on. When you sow a seed, you don't stand there overnight. Has it sprouted? Is it growing? You sow in the season of harvest. Better soil, you go back and relax. The laws of nature, sowing and reaping, takes place. The laws of nature take place to enable what you've sown, the work you've started, the vision you've made to become a reality. Rest and you revive. Care for your health and well-being. Above all, the mental. But I just want to tell you, we are spiritual beings having a natural physical experience. You must tap from the spiritual entity of you and transform your mind through the renewal. Not from what you see. If we allow our mind to be governed by the flesh, what we see, the challenges, ups and downs, abusive relationships, it will bring death to our mind. It will be corrupted. If we allow it to be transformed for the higher realm, the spiritual realm, that things of this physical earth cannot touch or impact, I guarantee you, it will transform your mindset and it will be the life of the terrorists. Go and serve today and impact and transform life. The world is waiting for you. I'm uniquely you. Remember, your purpose is the only reason you're born and placed on this earth. And when you do that, you transform to incredible. God bless you. And I'm going to partner with you. I will go on the name of the Son. I would love to work with young women. I would love to come to you. Botswana as well. I'm really, really looking forward to all of you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.